Tomorrow late at night, John was looking up at Beacon's statues as they were his great-grandparents. John, I hope I can uphold you memories. Then someone crashed behind him. He looks to see Blake crying with her cat ears exposed. John, Miss Belladonna? What wrong? Wait, E-M-U-E. He notices it's cold and removes his robe and covers her in it. John, it's cold, like get inside. Blake, no. I can't go back. John, why? Blake, it's complicated. John, then uncomplicated. He then sensed an unfamiliar presence as he drew his blade. John, I suggest you take up a different hobby than stalking people. Then a monkey jumped down. Son, how did you know? John, I make it my business to know. Now identify yourself or I'll force you to vacate this place. Son, I'm Sun Wukong, transfer student from Haven Academy. John, your ID? Son, I don't have it. I left it back at home, so I stowed away on the ship here. John narrows his eyes, sensing no malice, but the fact that he's a bad example and not wanting one of his students hanging around miscreants. John, Blake, I'll take you to my office. No one will know you're there. Let's go. Blake nodded and went with him, leaving Sun in the cold. Beacon, Advanced Combat Discipline Instructor's room. John makes some tea as Blake sits down on the sofa. John, so why are you out in the cold crying? Blake, I don't know what to do. John, since when does anyone? We walk this universe not knowing what we are meant to do. If you're implying that I don't care since you're a faunus, you're the furthest from the truth. I care about all living things. But when push comes to shove, I will stop a threat indefinitely. Blake, I see. You're compassionate in your own kind of way. John, you still didn't answer my question. Why were you out in the cold? Blake, I had an argument with one of my teammates. A very heated argument. Jaune, Weiss? Blake, Jaune, Weiss. That kid sure is a problem child. Sigh. All right, is there anything in particular on why you had this argument? Blake, please don't freak out. John, I've seen wars, genocide, and crimes against life. Nothing you say can faze me. Blake, I'm a former white band officer. John, I see. No wonder you had that aloof aura on you. When I was a warrior priest, I left my order when it was destroyed, but not before I realized their compromised ways. You remind me of who I was. Blake, I guess we're just lost. John chuckles, well, since you're a former Fong, then you simply want to start again. I can understand that, but there's more to it than that. Blake, I want to prove that they're not the ones responsible for these robberies. John, admirable, but you're gonna need help. Blake, but you're... John, a licensed huntsman and a Beacon staff member. I have authority over local police, so if you're gonna go after them, you have to come with me. So you don't pile any more criminal charges on your head. She lowers her head, realizing she's just adding more crimes if she goes at it vigilante style. John, all right, we'll start tomorrow early before your friends wake up and tries to find you. Blake, okay, but where are you gonna sleep? John, the couch exists for a reason. The two tuck in for the night. The next day, somewhere in Vale. Blake, so, where to start? John, in the wretched hive of scum and villainy. They then reached Junior's nightclub. Blake, why here? John, when you want to find out anything that happens in this city, you go to the bar where people trade words on the street. Blake nods, knowing how the white band operates. John went to the bartender. John, so anything happening today? Junior, nothing much except the rise in crime lately. So, what do you want to drink? John, sarsaparilla, with a lot of ice. Junior mixed a sarsaparilla and filled it with ice, then slides it over to John, who caught it. He lifts his mask and drinks a bit. Junior leaned in close to the side of John's face. Junior, there's a large SDC shipment coming in today. Word on the street, it got a lot of attention. Jaune then slips him, and the pair left as Junior flips the bills. Later, Blake, are you sure about giving him that much? What if his info is wrong? Jaune, info brokers are rarely wrong, and with the large intake of dust robberies, this is too big to pass up. Let's head to the docks. Rooftops near the docks. Jaune, let's wait here for a while. I got some energy bars here in my satchel. Blake, thanks, I know I'm causing you troubles. Jaune, a teacher's duty is to help a student to live and learn. You're my student, you're my responsibility. If I leave you alone, I'm more at fault than you ever will. Blake, thanks, Mr. Ark. Jaune, I said call me Jaune when I'm off duty. Blake, but you're on patrol, right? Jaune, as a huntsman, not an instructor. The two just chuckles. Then Jaune drew his blade and pointed in a direction. Jaune, I warned you once to leave my student alone. A pair of hands pop out at the corner of the roof. Son, I just wanted to help. Jaune, you have no business here, boy. Son, dude, you sound as young as I am. Blake, he's a teacher in Beacon. Son, what the hell? Jaune then noticed something going on. Jaune, Blake, Bullet d'approaching. Blake joined him as she looks to the docks. After the bullhead lands a loud and obnoxious voice. Roman, alright you sorry lot, get a move on. Jaune, sorry Blake, but it's them. Blake looks down, but she got angry at Torchwick, but she was stopped when a hand gripped her arm. Jaune, getting emotional will make you sloppy, I'll leave. Blake stops as she looks distraught. Jaune, breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Blake slowly calms down and nods with a determined face. They both jumped down as Sun followed them. Jaune, brothers and sisters of the White Band. Why are you working with a human? The White Band grunts all looked at Jaune and were puzzled by him as he seems to wear a mask similar to them. Must be a new leader with a customized mask. The Master Thief walks forward in a strut. Roman, haven't you received the memo? We're in a healthy business relationship. Roman, unaware of Jaune as he now wore the garbs of the Jedi Sentinel proudly, was the same hooded figure who attacked him before. Jaune, I see that no matter the era, scum will always be scum. Roman, oh please, I'm a level above the rest. Jaune, more like 6 feet under. Roman, oh well, let's start this little party. Jaune drew his weapon and signaled Blake to take on the grunts while he took on Torchwick. Blake was holding her own, but slowly she got outnumbered. Jaune saw someone getting behind her preparing for a slash. Jaune caught Torchwick's cane as he threw judgment towards the grunt's weapon as it knocks the weapon out of his hand as Blake noticed him and back kicks him away. Jaune used the force to recall judgment to his hand. Then Sun jumps in to back up Blake. Sun, got your back. Blake, sorry I'm not interested. As she rushed forward alone, then accept his help. After a few more clashes, he saw Jaune's weapon up close and realized it was the same assailant he met a few weeks ago as the former Jedi went in hard. Roman, so the executioner comes to be a hero. Jaune, is fighting usually entails too much talking? Roman, oh come on, playful banter is much more appreciated than your boring serious face. Jaune, better than you. I should have called the fashion police. Roman, oh why you? As Jaune then swings up and knocks the cane away, and used force push to pin him on the container. Then suddenly a volley of fire was sent his way, forcing him to break his push, and saw that the new bullhead aiming at Blake and Sun. He force sped to them and stopped the incoming fire with force push. Roman, seeing that the Jedi is distracted, tries to shoot him from the side. Then a round hits next to him. RWBY, hold it right there, Torchwick. Roman, hey Red, isn't it your bedtime? Then another redhead joined in. Henny, friend RWBY, are they your friends too? RWBY, Henny, get back. Roman took the opportunity and shot at her, knocking her away. Jaune saw that and was filled with rage. Tapping deeper into the Force, he sent a strong wave and sent the bullheads timing in the air, and sent a massive force push at Roman, sending him crashing into one of the containers with such force. He went through, leaving a human shape indent on it. Penny, responding to RWBY getting hurt, deployed her swords. Penny, I am combat ready. As she sent multiple swords, knocking out many of the grunts, and turns one of the swords into a gun, and shot a beam, destroying 2 of the bullheads. As Roman boards the bullhead, he came in and made a speedy escape as Jaune prioritized the safety of his students and one creeper. RWBY came down from the building as Jaune checks her. Jaune, you alright? RWBY, yeah, the blast just knocked me down. Hey, where's Penny? Jaune, I didn't see her after the battle, must have took off. Strange, I felt no presence from her, like she was a droid. Then the rest of Team WY came. Vice, Bleak. Look, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for lashing out at you. Blake, it's not just that Weiss I was wrong too. Jaune, both are right and wrong. Don't be sorry, both of you be better. The two looked at the professor and then each other. Weiss, I'll try. Then she saw Jaune turn his head toward her. Weiss, I'll do my best to understand you more, but please be patient if I slip up now and again. Blake, me as well. If I do something stupid, you guys can kick me in the butt to get me back on track. Yang gave the two a bear hug. Yang, don't worry, we'll help you two out. We're a team. RWBY, Jaune, RWBY, good job coordinating the search. As I can see, all of you have been worried sick for her. Don't worry, she was with me the whole time. RWBY, what? Jaune, she was dealing with a personal issue and I assisted her per my responsibility. Good job, all of you continue to do better and you'll be a good team. Just don't go pretending like heroes. Ask one of the professors for help. Are we clear? RWBY, yes sir. Weiss, understood. Blake, yes. Yang, got it, teach. Jaune felt a pull from the Force. It seems his sudden pull. It seems someone took notice of his strong emotions through the Force. Jaune, din Ferik.